Oh, we're on. Okay, there's no countdown. We took the countdown out.
Hey.
Okay. He took the countdown out. Okay.
Oh shoot.
Graham, okay. My intro music and all. Okay. Welcome
Ooh.
to another episode of All Elite with Keeks. Bear with us. We gonna get it. I am under the weather, sinus infection, y'all. Little minor. It's okay. I got my tea right here. So bear with us. Y'all know Graham, he started a new opportunity. You know, he's my usual producer. We got a new one, so bear with Mr. B cuz, okay? We gonna keep it trucking. I know y'all miss my Mia X intro music, but we gonna get it. It's okay, y'all. Um Today I have a guest. Now, I put on the flyer her name was Funky Diva because I just looked at Funky and I Diva was just automatically in my head. Okay, so but it's Funky Punk. She has it in her in the bottom. So y'all give it up for Miss Funky Punk. If you're new to the chat or whatever, make sure you know the rules. We respect the guests on the show. Keep it cute. Um, Respect her opinion. Don't y'all already know. Y'all know my rules and regulations on this show. If y'all get the acting brand new, you get up out of here. Okay, as simple as that. We're gonna talk about Grand Slam. We're gonna get into Grand Slam, of course. Grand Slam Rampage. We're gonna get into Collision. We're gonna get into some women business, and we're gonna get into some things. We're gonna get into some things because WrestleDream is coming up. And they're saying it's going to be a new beginning for AEW, which is very interesting. So we're going to get right to it. So y'all, again, excuse me, I'm under the weather. So I know I don't sound like my regular self, but we're going to get it. We're going to get into it. Is there anything you like to say? Thank Miss Funky Pug.
Um, I'll just say hello to everybody and hope y'all are having a good day or a good evening, depending on your time zone.
Thank you, Sean. Yes. Sean hit the like button. Yes, everybody hit the like button. Um, people gonna start rolling in a little bit. They be watching Raw, and then when Raw
Yeah.
gets bad, they end up getting in the chat, so they'll get in here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
first things first, we gonna get into some Grand Slam. Y'all know the rules. I'm gonna do Grand Slam, Dynamite, and Collision. I name out the matches, and then I'll ask for your hey Jermaine. Then I ask for your opinion and stuff. Okay, so the openers
Okay.
for Grand Slam and also Collision. On Grand Slam, it was the title versus title. You have for the ROH championship, also for the New Japan Strong Overweight Championship. Claudio versus Eddie Kingston, winner takes all. And then also on Collision, that opener was for the TNT Championship. It was Darby Allin versus Luchasaurus versus Christian Cage. Okay. So both matches, both openers was really great openers, especially Grand Slam. Eddie Kingston, he had his moment. Great match between him and Claudio. It was close. It was getting close on both ends. And then Eddie Kingston, he won in his home state. New York had his back. What did you think about that experience, Miss Funky Pug?
Oh man, so I was actually at Arthur Ashe for this event. I was at Grand Slam, and like the pop for him was like damn near deafening, and like the match itself was like chef's kiss, and it's just nice to see like somebody that is like from your hood and hasn't forgotten where they came from, to actually see them like blow up and like move up and succeed in the things they wanted to succeed in, like it's like really like refreshing, and like it's like a feel good story, you know what I mean? And I know he be like battling his own demons and stuff, which and as weird as it is to say, it makes him like even more relatable, I think. um
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, in terms of like the match itself, it was insane. I wasn't sure if they were gonna let him pull it off, but I also think that there would have been a riot if he didn't win. So
And we
Yeah,
get a
it
whole
was
shit show.
phenomenal. That Yeah, that was like probably one of the best openers I've probably been to. That Now that I think about it, because that was just insane. Yeah.
Yeah, the chemistry from the crowd and also Claudio and Eddie to hate each other. They had great chemistry in the ring.
Yeah.
The timeline was going crazy. The match went crazy. I know Eddie Kingston get a lot of shit because of his weight, and people
Yeah.
want to add as like he's sloppy and stuff like that. But he can really go when it's time to go. And
Exactly.
great. He adapts to strong style really well. So shout out
Mhm.
to Eddie Kingston, the new ROH champion. And then also on Collision, like I said, the opener was for the TNT Championship. It was Darby Allin versus Luchasaurus versus Christian Cage, and Christian Cage ended up retaining slash new TNT champion. He pinned Luchasaurus. That was
Lord.
funny. Nice touch. A great opener. I want to say Luchasaurus has never, in my opinion, hasn't had a bad match. He's really good in the ring. I know people don't like his gimmick, the dinosaur, whatever. But and of course Darby Allin, his back. You gotta pray for his back. I don't see how he can do it, but his back was
Yeah.
destroyed.
Yeah.
So if you in the chat,
Mhm.
put your you know the rules, put your D's up or put your C's up if your opening is for Grand Slam opener or if it's for Collision opener. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one. After that, we had on Grand Slam it was Chris Jericho versus Sammy Guevara. And also on Collision, you had Hook and RVD versus Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ag. Okay. The Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho match. Now I want to say Sammy wrestles still, in my opinion, careless. It's still some things that he does, like he's not precautious. No, that's that's Ray Phoenix. No, it's still precautious a little bit. So yeah, it was overall a good match. I preferred the Will Ospreay and Jericho match over this one specifically. But it was still
Same.
overall not a bad match. It could have been better, but Sammy, he wrestles a little bit too reckless. He doesn't, it's just like he's just into the stunts more than just being a little bit, it's hard to describe it. It's like he just be doing
Yeah.
shit. That's the best way I can describe it. And the finishing touch of the ending, I'm sorry, you were, and the finishing touch of the ending, the callback to WrestleMania 19, when Chris Jericho did the kick to Shawn Michaels. That was a nice little touch, a nice little
Yeah.
callback. I do appreciate when AEW do recognize wrestling history because wrestling history is important, especially
Yeah.
for the kids. Some of the kids didn't know where that callback came from, and we was just like, "Oh, WrestleMania 19 all over again," which was the best match on the court, by the way. By the way, what did you think of that match between Jericho and Sammy?
Um. I I agree with what you said with how with in terms of the way that Sammy wrestles, because I think that he I don't know, like he doesn't wrestle to um maintain longevity as a wrestler, if that makes sense. Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like you're saying, like he throws caution to the wind all the time, and it's not really conducive for like taking care of your body to make sure that you could still keep going and stuff. um oh, I see Talk of
Mm-hmm.
Champions in there. Hey, boo. But yeah. But yeah, that's I enjoyed the match. um I I was kind of it was kind of weird how Sammy ended up turning, and like I think in general, just like the way that JAS ended up turning, but still they turned on Jericho, but they're still heels. And I
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like Jericho is still like kind of in between. Like it seemed like they're trying to make him face again, but sometimes he still has like some heel behavior, and it's like I'm not really sure what they're trying to where they're trying to go with him, um
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing like how that continues to progress, that storyline. I did prefer Osprey versus Jericho as well. That one was a um that one was a stellar match. And I'm even tempted to say that Osprey carried it, to be honest. But that's my
Mhm.
own opinion. But yeah,
Yeah. The thing is that people that I've always said, I'm not expecting Jericho to keep up, but it's
yeah,
more about his placements, his bump placements. He still he knows how to get in position. He wants to make
yep.
sure that you look good. That's his whole
Right,
thing. He wants you to look good. And with the Sammy and Jericho matches, it's like Sammy just forgets that, hey, let me get in this place before you start doing that. Let me get in this place before you start.
yeah,
God damn it, I gotta run to this place. Like it's more of that. So
yeah. He missed a
and
lot of
Jeff Jarrett does
spots.
the
Yeah,
same thing. Yeah, Jeff Jarrett does the same thing. Jeff Jarrett makes sure he gets in spots because he's trying to make sure that the younger generation looks good in the match. Sammy wrestles for himself now. Yes, that's how he wrestles to me. He wrestles for himself.
I
It's a
agree.
dance. He forgets it's a dance. Um, but yeah, so moving on to collision side, like I said, hold on, where my notes at, y'all. Oh yeah, okay. So and then on collision, it was Hook and RVD, another vet, versus Daddy Magic and Cool Ag. And RVD still looks great. In the ring, a tag match is good for him. He did good in the singles match prior, like 2 weeks prior, but this is also a good tag match, and RVD just showing that he still can go with it, even though he's a little bit slower due to age, but he still looks good out there. It's all about God and the youngins. That's what it's about. Is God and the
Yeah.
youngins, and it's like, of course, another callback because Taz and RVD with ECW, and RVD is with Taz's son. So another good callback. Did you like that collision match?
Yeah, that one really made me happy to see because the like I was thinking about like because I remember seeing like those pictures in the past of um and remembering seeing RVD and Taz together, like teaming up and stuff. So to see it like come full circle with his son, it was like kind of touching. Um and RVD was always like one of my top favorites, like from since I was a kid. So I'm always hyped to see him still going, and like he still can get like those devastating kicks in and stuff like that, and the still has that beautiful frog splash, and um it was a fun match. I really love I really hope that Hook gets like a serious push at some point. And not just because he's Taz's son, but he actually can wrestle quite well. Like uh he's gotten like I think he's got like the proper like technical prowess uh in terms of his style and stuff, and he seems like he can work with a lot of people. Plus he's like deceptively strong as hell. Like who was it that he tossed the other day? Was it Brian Cage or something? I'm trying to remember. But I remember I was like, what? How did you that had me shook. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, but um,
It had to
but
be,
yeah,
I
that was a
think.
super fun match. Who was it?
Hmm. I think it was Brian Cage. I had to
Brian
look.
Cage. Yeah, and yeah, that was
Yeah,
madness. So, but yeah, that was a
very
fun match.
much.
I enjoyed that one a lot.
Yeah, so if you in the chat, put your D's up for Dynamite or put your C's up for Collision if you like that. Oh, Big Bill. It was Big Bill. They said Big
Oh,
Bill.
it was
Me
Big Bill.
too.
Okay, got you. Thank you.
Okay, so next up on Dynamite, it was for the AEW International Championship match. It was Ray Phoenix versus John Moxley. And then on Collision, you had Andrade El Idolo versus Jay White. Now, John Moxley, it was an audible call, and Ray Phoenix is now the new AEW International Champion. I'm sorry, and he is the AEW Triple Crown, the second wrestler to have a Triple Crown in AEW. Kenny Omega's the first. So hey, Hispanic Heritage Month, baby. You know, um, yeah, accidental bump, and now they're saying that the injury happened even before the pile driver. So yeah, so hopefully Moxley is okay. They're saying he's okay, but they're not trying to rush when he's able to get back in the ring, which is a smart move. His health is more important. Ray Phoenix, we know, is going to be a transitional championship reign. In my opinion, since Ray Phoenix has won, just make it like a luchador shit. Let them do that shit with that until the plans go back to how it was. Because we could tell it was an audible call because nobody expected that he was supposed to retain. But
Yeah.
Tony could count on the Lucha Brothers, so um, the injury happened on the first dive off the.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I had a conversation with somebody because yes, Moxley is good. However, I don't his weak. I finally realized his weak spots are when he wrestles luchadors. Not everybody can wrestle with them. The only one that he had great compatibility with was Penta, because Penta he also does strong style, and he also does
Yeah.
hardcore style, and he does luchador style. He's very versatile. Penta can adapt to you. Ray Phoenix, however, you have to adapt to him. And it was just like the match that he had with Commander. Like, he has to adapt to them. That's the key to luchadors. Sometimes you have to adapt to them in order for it to be a good match, instead of having them adapt to you, because if they adapt to you, it's not going to be a good match at all. Um, Prime example for that, Ray Mysterio in WWE. That's a prime example right there. Where he has to adapt to
Yeah.
them instead of them adapting to him. And the only time that he could go is if it's another person that has luchador experience or wrestle somebody to his caliber. So that's his weakness, in my opinion. Moxley, he's not very good at keeping up with the faster luchadors, and because they're quick. That's one of their, they train quick. They're quick. They're quick wrestlers. It's all about quickness with them. And Ray Phoenix, Ray Phoenix is not I was seeing people saying that he's unsafe. No, he's done that a million times. It's just, accidents tend to happen.
Yeah.
And that was an accident that happened. I'm pretty, he's not a sloppy wrestler. He's one of the best luchadors in modern day wrestling. So, it's no blame to nobody. It's just, accidents tend to happen. Um, so we wish him well. And, I am happy for Ray Phoenix, because Ray Phoenix wasn't able to go to All In. So this was Tony Khan's way of, making it up for him. Because, he could count on the Lucha Brothers. They've been there since day one. So he could count on them to deliver. And so that's what ended up happening. So we know it's going to be a transitional championship reign. So just be patient. And, we're going to still root for Ray Phoenix. Okay. So don't, oh, this, this. That's not what happened. It was just an accident. An accident does happen. But like I said, not everybody can keep up with them. The only person, like I said, is Penta, because he knows how to do strong style. He knows how to do, um, like I said, he can do hardcore style and he can do lucha style. Like, he's very versatile. He's probably one of the most versatile luchadors in modern day wrestling is Penta. That's why he's booked a lot of times, because Tony can trust him. Hey, could you wrestle this person? He's probably one of the safest wrestlers. So, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Um, yeah, he does deathmatch too. So yeah, that ended up happening. We have a new champion, and then also on Collision, another, Hispanic heritage. It was Andrade versus Jay White, another great match. Um, it was I need to see part two. I have to see part two because this was really, really great. This was a good match.
Yeah.
Andrade and Jay White. I want to see something with this. Do something with this because I loved it. Um, with the Bullet Club Gold, and they mimicking him and stuff like that. I really enjoyed both matches on both weeks. Did you like the collision match, Jay White and Andrade?
Yeah, that was phenomenal. They have a great chemistry in the ring, and I would like to see it like grow into like an actual feud, um, and like hope that it'll like continue to keep going, and they'll keep building to maybe whenever the next well, I can't remember what the next pay per view is after WrestleDream, but yeah,
Full
like
Gear.
if oh, Full Gear, yes. Oh, that yeah, that would be something if they could even build that to Full Gear. So that would be pretty cool. Um, but yeah, that was a great match. And um, oh, if I could like say something about the international championship match,
Mhm,
um,
mhm.
so. Again, I was there at in the stadium for that, and I remember seeing Renee come out to just check on Mox to just see how he's doing. She was like by the ramp checking on him, and we were like really nervous for a while because like everything went dark, and he was not getting up for a second. It was like really scary. And I'm super happy for Ray Phoenix though, because he definitely deserves like a singles run. He's my favorite luchador in AEW currently, probably just in general right now. Cuz he's done some things, and his offense is so innovative but also so precise. And um
Mhm.
like you were saying, it's just like uh it's just unfortunately like a freak accident, because he's always been really safe from what I've seen him do. So yeah, I look forward to seeing him like even though he probably will end up being a transitional champion, I do look forward to seeing him defend it. Um but
Yeah,
yeah, and yeah, I was in my feelings when Orange first lost it, so but
yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the future of the international title in general. But yeah.
Other than Vikiko, maybe.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
Vikingo, yeah, yeah. He's great too. He is insane.
He's
Um
amazing. Yeah,
yeah,
Vikiko is
yeah,
he's amazing. His grandpa will be
yeah,
proud. Uh, like
yeah,
I said on this show before, he was one of the ones that Conan told him he would never be Ray Phoenix, and uh, he'd been down at the moment he got to wrestling because he wasn't supposed to be a high flyer, and one of the most successful luchadors. He's booked and busy, and I love seeing him. So he's representing
yeah,
AAA well. So shout out to
yeah.
Vikiko. So if you in the chat, make sure you put your D's or you put your C's for which matchup. Now, this one I won't count so much. This was a collision match. It was FTR versus the Workhorse. Um, I wouldn't say it's a jobber match, but of course it was another match to kind of build up to the rivalry between FTR and Aussie Open. Aussie Open came out and they had that shit on. They had some nice tucks on, especially Kyle Fletcher. He looked really, really nice. I didn't know they were so tall. They are tall, both of them. Like
Yeah,
they are
right?
some tall people. Australians are naturally tall. I don't know what's in the water, but they are tall individuals. So of course, they end up beating, the workhorse, and Aussie Open got in the ring and told them, "You better come with it." And for some reason, Dax got on his knees and like, I beg you, you know, I don't. I'm like, get off your knees. What is we doing,
Yeah, that was
Dax?
random to me.
Yeah, he was on his knees. I'm like, I look up, like I was looking down, and I look up, and he on his knees. I'm like, what is going on here? What he doing? What is that? What is this?
That was so
So
extra. I was like, "Can you get up,
very
please?"
extra. He is extra. FCR Bald is extra. He is
Yeah.
so extra, getting all on his knees. I
Oh,
beg
they
you,
are bald.
please, please. That's
Yeah.
FTR Bald on this show. FTR Bald and what's the other one? Shooter
Was it
Pow Pow
FTR
Me.
hair? Oh no. Yeah, you ain't lying though.
There's
That's
got to be
funny.
a lifetime. Yes, That's just like nah, it's like them Hallmark movies. That's how dramatic he was. Just like them
Yeah.
Hallmark movies. Okay, so then so we're not gonna count that because that was just a match for the Aussie Open bill for WrestleDream, okay, y'all. So also we gonna get into, because y'all already know women business is its own segment in itself. If you new here, y'all probably like, what are women matches? I do that in itself, okay. So the Grand Slam, of course, main event was the AEW World Championship match. It was MJF versus Samoa Joe. And then on Collision, you had the Texas Death Match, Ricky Starks versus Bryan Danielson. Okay, the AEW World Championship match. Samoa Joe, Samoa Joe's AEW run. It makes you look like that he never injured his neck. He's wrestling like I've seen him wrestle in TNA right now. We get in TNA Samoa Joe, and I am grateful for that. Seeing him like this, because we thought it was over. We thought his wrestling career was over, and then when he came to AEW and he's wrestling, we was kind of concerned because it was just like the injury. But he shut us up.
Yeah, he sure
Um,
did.
Now MJF, he is a great wrestler. He is good. My issue is I be forgetting he's champion. I forget he's champion.
That's a word right there.
I forget that he's champion. That's my only nitpick. Like this, in my opinion, this shouldn't have main event at all because it didn't feel like a main event. Eddie Kingston should have main event Grand Slam. This shouldn't have main event because this title reign of MJF, yes, the matches are good, but it's no substance. It's no substance to make. This don't even feel like the AEW championship is important anymore in my eyes, in my opinion. It doesn't feel important anymore. It just feels like a title, just another title.
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy made the AEW International Championship match feel like a big deal more than the actual championship.
Yeah.
So that's my only nitpick. Like he can wrestle. He's a great old school type wrestler. But his championship reign is add to me. It's add. I care about the ROH Tag Team Championships more than I do the AEW Champion.
Sheesh.
So fix that, or get him, put the title, get that title up off of him, and give it to somebody else. Because this is the only championship run. Even CM Punk championship run had a little bit of substance to it. This has
Yeah.
none. This doesn't make it feel important to me. The only time it felt like something was when it was the Four Pillars match. That was the only time, in my opinion, that it felt like something. Other than that, it didn't really. It don't feel like anything. It just feel like he just has a title. Now
Yeah.
on Collision, we had the Texas Death Match. It was Ricky Starks versus Bryan Danielson. My nitpick on that: keep the Texas Death Matches in Texas because it hits better when it's in Texas. Okay, it hits so much better when it's in Texas. What is it? The punt comment was too far. Listen, I'm just speaking truth. Okay, it at least had a little bit of substance to it. But yeah, keep the Texas Death Matches in Texas. It just hits different. That wasn't no Texas Death Match. That was a damn hardcore match, in my opinion, because there wasn't enough blood to me. You got to stab somebody. You got to stab somebody in a Texas Death Match. That wasn't. Leave it to Adam Page, okay? Adam Page know how to do Texas Death Matches. You got to leave that to Adam Page. You can't do it. You can't. I love you, Bryan Danielson. Ricky Starks, you cool, but leave it to Adam Page, okay? What did you think about either or? You can either or for the grand finales of both
Um.
shows.
Yeah. So. I. I'll be honest. I'm not really a fan of MJF. I he's like, don't get me wrong, he's a really good wrestler, and he's phenomenal on the mic. Like his current run with Adam Cole has been hilarious to me. Like that's like one of the few things that like made me kind of lighten up on him somewhat. But um I agree with what you said that the AEW world title does not feel important while he has it. And I'm looking forward to him dropping it soon because um yeah, like I feel almost like if the international championship is more important than that one, and that's not supposed to be the case. At least
Mm-hmm.
so I assume. Um and uh, the match itself was fun. I enjoyed it. Um, like you were saying too, like Samoa Joe is in his bag right now. Like he's been absolutely killing it, and I'm so grateful that he can still wrestle the way he does, and can continue to keep going. It seems like he's able to keep it up for a while and stuff. But um, yeah, if I was to pick like the main event for Grand Slam, it definitely would have been Claudio versus Eddie Kingston because that I was surprised they opened with that. Actually, I thought that was going to be the main event, um, but yeah, it was fun, and I really hope that MJF drops the championship soon. In my hope, my biggest hope is that once Orange Cassidy heals up more further than he has, because I mean he's been at it for like crazy. That he'll eventually challenge him for the championship, and I think that would be a really dope feud
Mm.
if it could ever get to that point. Um, but okay, what was the other one again? I'm sorry. So
No, it's
collision.
okay. It's the last one was the collision. It was the Texas Death Match, Brian Danielson and Ricky Starks.
Oh, right. Okay, yes. So, I love that match. That was insane to me. Like the match itself was wild. It was very exciting. I loved it. Um, I would say it's probably not quite as bloody as a Texas death match should be, and which is wild to say because there was a lot of blood. But um, it's, I don't know. Somebody's supposed to. I didn't see enough of a crimson mask. I guess I don't know,
Right.
but it's like um yeah, like it's supposed to look like a Bruiser Brody match or something.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah. So but even so, like it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm loving the direction that Ricky Starks is going in his character. um I'm not sure if it's really doing much for
Mm-hmm.
Big Bill hanging around him. I think that's more bringing him down than it is bringing Bill up, if that makes sense. Um, but
Yeah.
I guess we'll continue to see how that goes. But I think that was my favorite match on Collision. So, I still enjoyed it a lot.
Okay. All right. So if you in the chat, you already know, put your D's up or put your C's up. I am keeping tally of which is the card of the week. Now Rampage, I'm gonna just go through Rampage. We don't talk in depth into Rampage because we got to get to women business. Okay. So of course on Rampage it was Darby Allin and Sting versus Christian Cage and Luchasaurus. Darby Allin and Sting pick up the win on that. Another fun match. People love to see Sting. I love Sting. That's my icon. Um, so fun match for Rampage for people up there in New York. Okay, and then after that, it
You're
was a mixed tag match. It was a
sorry.
mixed tag match. Y'all kill me with that. What does that mean? You're
It's like a greeting. It was like yo, what's good? You know what I'm saying? Instead of just saying like all of that, we're like yeah.
when I was out there. That's like you're. I'm like, what the hell is that? And you in my ear.
Yeah,
I'm like, I
yeah. It's
want to say y'all. Hey
yeah.
y'all,
We
because
we
that's
out here
me.
with it though.
Oh, hey
Kind of
y'all,
obnoxious, I suppose.
because that's you're, and I was just like, what the hell? Okay. But yeah, so next up it was the mixed tag match. It was Cassidy, Statlander, and Hook versus Parker, Menard, and Anna Jay. Of course, Cassidy and Statlander and Hook took the win on that. It was a great mixed tag match. I did enjoy that. Orange Cassidy and Statlander looked like their mom and dad of Hook. It was so funny to me because he was in the middle and they looked like his parents. That was so cute. That was too cute. Do more mixed tags. I like mixed tags. Do more mixed tags. Because that was a lot of fun. That was very fun.
Yeah.
And then also on Rampage, you had the Hardys versus the Kingdom versus the Righteous versus Best Friends. And like I said on Twitter, the Righteous grew on me. I like them. And of course, the
Yeah.
Righteous ended up winning. Right call, because I'm a fan of the Righteous. Like I said last week, they may look like they don't take a bath, but I am a fan. Okay, they have a winner in me. I see the potential. I really do. And then after that, you had the Dark Order versus the Acclaim with Daddy Ass. Of course, Daddy Ass and the Acclaim ends up retaining the Trios championship belts. Of course, another fun match. People love the Acclaim. They're gonna always be booked and busy. So, and they really trying this Dark Order heel run, this heel turn. But like I keep saying, the Dark Order is just kind of not the same without Brody not being there. And I know
Yeah.
they're really trying, of course, with Evil Uno and stuff, but it's just like one of those like it's not the same. I don't think it will ever be the same. But I
Yeah.
do appreciate Tony's trying to put them on TV. Like we're really trying with them. Y'all we trying. They not just gimmicks. We trying to make them serious. So I guess it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time to kind of get that Brody rub that he had, the impact that he had on the Dark Order to kind of not go away, but have Evil Uno have that stigma in that trio. So
Yeah.
we just got to give it time, I guess. And then of course on Rampage, the Mike Santana had a solo debut. Of course, it was a job match. It was just to debut his soloing skills. And then, of course, he was met with Ortiz at the top, and he didn't want to acknowledge them. So they're doing the storyline. It's always good when you use real beef in wrestling. It always works. It works.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that encounter happened. Ortiz, do you know you fine? That's all I gotta say. Okay. Um, know that you fine. And then also for the main event, of course, it was the Mongol Embassy versus Hung Bucks. We have a new ROH Trios champions. It is the Hung Bucks. They are now the two-time Trios champions for ROH. ROH is going to head into a different direction. You could tell with how everything resulted in the Grand Slam between Eddie winning and stuff like that. We have Athena still retains the women's ROH women's champion. Of course, Adam Cole and MJF. They trying to bring in viewers for that ROH. So yeah, we have new champions, and of course Swerve came out because of course Swerve and Adam Page is facing each other on WrestleDream. I
Swerve,
like
retry.
shout out to Prince. Yeah, that is over. That is over with
Yeah.
making Swerve over, and
Oh
it
yeah.
works. It's perfect. So that I can't wait to see that matchup between Adam Page and Swerve at WrestleDream. It should be really good. So that's it on Rampage. So we gonna get into women business. Women business, y'all know the rules. If you a man, you gotta raise your hand. If you got something to say, this is for women business only. Like Nene Lee said, this is what you need to do. You need to stay out of women business, like she told Peter. Okay, this is women business. Okay, so on women business on Grand Slam, it was for the AEW Women's Championship match. It was Saraya versus Tony Storm. Tony Storm debuted in her new Tiatron and her new music and everything. It fits her. I like it. I like it. This insane Hollywood gimmick that she's doing, I like it a lot. Of course, Saraya ends up taking the win. She retains the championship. She's still the champion. I know people was upset because they was just like, they should have made the move. No, because Tony Storm is on this crazy run right now. She's going crazy. So they're gonna do something with that. We have to be patient. Y'all want storylines? We got storylines, okay? So just be patient. What did you think about this women business?
Um, I yeah, I agree because I'm loving this is probably the most I've actually enjoyed Tony Storm because um uh no, I can't say I was necessarily a fan. Like I didn't hate her or anything like that, but I wouldn't say I was like a fan necessarily. But obviously she's phenomenal in the ring and a good talker. But like in terms of like character development, I absolutely love where this is going. Especially as like a lover of like old Hollywood style and like pinup style and stuff like that. Um
Mhm.
I don't recall seeing anyone do quite this type of character in wrestling. Uh I could be drawing a blank, but um yeah, I'm excited like to see her like continue to descend into madness, I guess, and
Yeah,
just like see how much further she's gonna go, or like if she's gonna start hearing voices or something like that, or um, I
right.
I. Yeah, I feel like I'm a lot more invested in that more than Soraya's uh championship run, to be honest, because I don't know, like, I don't really think she needed the belt. Like, I know she,
Mm-mm.
she was, it was like a great thing that she was able to come back, after her, what should have been a career ending neck injury and stuff like that. So, like, I guess it kind of makes sense for her to at least get one run with the belt. But
Yeah,
I don't, yeah, I don't really think she needed it. And, I hated that Hikaru Shida ended up being a transitional champion. Like that made me sad. And yeah, like I don't know, it's just I feel I'm way more invested in what's gonna happen with Tony than the what's gonna happen with the championship. So
right.
yeah.
Soraya is another one of those, like I said about MJF. We don't too much care about the AEW Women's Championship. We care more about the TBS Championship because Chris Statlander has been
Yes.
holding that down. She's been holding that down. So hopefully it picks up for the AEW Women's Championship title reign or whatever they have planned. I'm gonna keep it positive and I'm gonna still, see what they're gonna do with it. But so far,
Right.
I don't care for her being champion right now. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
me
keep it
neither.
positive. And next up on Rampage, women business, we had Sky Blue versus Julia Hart. It was great that they did the hat thing. Um, that's Kiara. That we did the hat thing, and they had hats on and everything. Enjoyed it. Julia Hart is improving in the ring, and I see what she's trying to do. Originally, it was supposed to be Willow Nightingale versus Julia, but I want to say because I know people are upset that she's booked Julia versus Willow Nightingale for this Wednesday. Um, I want y'all to remember something because when it comes to Chris Statlander, anybody that wrestles Chris Statlander is automatically a heel in the fans' eyes. For example, when Ruby Soho was a baby face and she wrestled against her, even for the tournament, they both was baby faces and they wrestled for the Owen Hart Women's Tournament. People did turn on Ruby Soho when she ended up winning against Chris Statlander. I feel like in a way they're trying to make sure they protect Willow Nightingale's babyface image because the fans are quick to turn on whoever when it comes to Chris Statlander. You have to remember that. So I'm not saying that Julia Hart can go with Willow Nightingale, but it shouldn't be an overall bad match. If anything, Willow will probably bring the best out of Julia, the potential, because we know that Chris Statlander gonna eat her ass up. We know that. We know that. At least
Yeah.
let it be a worthy type match on WrestleDream. So we have to make sure we protect Willow Nightingale's babyface image because the last thing I want to see is people booing Willow Nightingale because they love Chris Statlander so much because that's what happened with Ruby Soho. Okay. And ever since then, Ruby Soho was just, it was mixed reactions ever since. And then they just end up turning her heel. Okay. Because it's Chris Statlander. So we don't want that. So that they see that and they understand that. and it's an L. But hey, if it makes sure that Willow Nightingale don't get booed or nothing like that, I'm all for it. So we just gonna have to take that L, y'all. Okay, just take that L and just remember what happened to Ruby Soho. We don't want that for Willow Nightingale. She's too much of a baby face. Okay, she's too
Yeah.
much. Because then they'll end up having to turn her heel, and who's to say that's going to be a good thing for her? Who's to say that will work? So we got to keep that in mind. So Julia ends up winning, and I do like that they have Julia and also Brody King talking for her. That works. I
Mhm.
like that. I like that. That's
Yeah.
what this women division needs, something different like that, and I like it. It fits.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, they coming for Chris Statlander's belt, the championship belt. Nice little touch to it. Sky Blue, another one is a up and coming. Well, not an up and comer, but one of the futures of the division. She's slowly getting over. Her shirts are selling. Um, Another baby face, and she's improving in the ring too. She has her days. Sometimes it's a great Sky Blue match, and sometimes it's it could have been better. So she's
Yeah.
getting there. Okay. Did you enjoy Julia Hart in Sky Blue?
Yeah, I did actually. I admit that I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Um, I will say I was still like not lackluster, but like it still could have used something else. I feel like in terms of like the match itself. I did still feel like there was a little something lacking, and I don't know if maybe it was like something to do with like chemistry, or if it was something else. But it was still an enjoyable match, and I'm interested to see like the way they push Julia, because I do see her improving, like since she's started back doing matches and
Mm,
stuff. I do think she's improved considerably, and I like her character development too. It's interesting, and it is also like cool. It's always like refreshing to see like um like in many cases you'll see like a female manager or something like that, or like a lady manager, like, but like in this case it's kind of the other way around with Brody King being the talker for her. So yeah, I like where that's
mm,
going. And um Sky Blue, I hope that she will continue to improve as well, because I like her in-ring style. It's like um there's some I don't know, like some spunk to her wrestling style, and it's I like that it's not like overly scrappy, because me personally, I got kind of turned away from like scrappy wrestlers. Um but I do think that she'll continue to improve, because she seems like she really wants to, and I'm looking forward to that. Um and yeah, I agree about Willow. Like it's like on a slight tangent. Like I don't. I know there's a lot of people that think that, oh, they need to turn heel, and so then they'll become interesting. And I'm just like, no, like not every single wrestler needs to be heel. Like if every wrestler turns heel, then who's gonna be left to be a babyface that they're supposed to be battling against? I don't I don't understand. Like, I don't know. It just pisses me off that they want everybody to be a heel. Like, no, everyone's not supposed to be a heel. There's some people out there that can forever be a baby face, I think, and I don't think there's anything
mm.
wrong with that. So,
Right. We need our baby faces, but we're in times where people just don't like baby faces anymore. Like they like them, but
yeah,
they want to see spark in them, and then the spark that they talking about is some heel shit. So just
right.
let Willow be the baby face. Um, I know they'll have something for her eventually. Just we just got to be patient
Mm-hmm.
again. She did. She was the first New Japan Strong Women's Champion. She did win the Owen Hart Women's you know tournament. So it's not like she was lost in the shuffle this year. Just because things slow down for certain wrestlers doesn't mean that they lost them in the shuffle. It's called a rotation.
Right.
It's called a rotation. Like people have to rotate. Like I saw the Orange Cassidy discourse. Like, oh, they don't have nothing for him. I'm like, let him have fun. won. He had a whole reign. We
Yeah.
just celebrated him.
Yeah.
Let them rotate. Let them rotate. They're just gonna chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So just let
Yeah.
them rotate. Let them, chill. They
Yeah.
let them cook. Let the chefs cook.
Let
Okay. It's not like
him cook.
we all had a great spring summer in AEW. Okay. So it's the fall, it's winter season. Some people are going to, you just do this for a little bit until we got something for you. That
Yeah.
happens in wrestling. You're not gonna be that guy for the remaining of the year. Like it
Right.
happens for the top dogs sometimes, but sometimes it's some people because you want more opportunities for others. So sometimes you got to sit in the back and learn how to be in the back. So when you get in the front, you know how to be in the front.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
you got to learn how to do that. That's why people love Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era. They knew how. That's the one thing Paul Heyman always talked about. Like you have to know how to sit in the back and you have to know how to be in the front. You have to know how to
Right.
rotate in order for it to be successful. Okay, so she will get there. She had a great year in 2023. Okay, it's not like she had a bad year. She had a great year.
Right.
Um, and also on Collision, we did, of course, again, it was Julia Hart versus Kiera Hogan. Kiera Hogan replaced Willow Nightingale because, Julia and Brody King attacked Willow Nightingale. And she was out, and then we had Kiera Hogan. I want to see more Kiera Hogan on TV. She's a she's talented. She's a great wrestler. Have something for her. Keep her in Collision. Collision is best for her. But I want to see more of her on TV because Kiera Hogan is really, really good. She can go. And this is actually was a better match, in my opinion, for Julia Hart than it was for Sky Blue. And I think Julia Hart works well with people that she can trust in the ring that has experience prior to people that have the same experience as her. And we saw that on Rampage. So this was a better match. Again, they're challenging for the WrestleDream for Chris Statlander. They coming for Chris. So it's just something building for what's to come between Chris Statlander. Okay, so that is thank you, Jermaine. Yes, run them likes up, y'all. And AEW Women Business of the Week, and I'm giving it to Julia Hart. She's improving. She wrestled a lot this week, and I like her character development. Like Miss Funky Punk just said, we like the character development, everything about it. So the AEW Women Business of the Week is Julia Hart. Okay. Now,
Yay.
yeah, moving on. Now, I said I was gonna get my belt, but I'm sick, so I'm not getting my belt out this time. But I saw that shit that y'all need to stop fighting. Everybody was fighting each other. Y'all better stop that fighting, okay? Stop that fighting right now. I don't. Where my belt? Now I'm gonna get it. You lucky I can't get it.
Oop.
I can't get it right now.
Oop.
I said sit down. I said sit
y'all
down.
done y'all done goofed, boy.
Y'all are goofy. Okay, so let's see what's the show of the week. The show of the week. It looks like it's going to. It looks like another week of Dynamite is the show of the week. Grand Slam 1 this week on All Elite with Kings. People like Dynamite
Yo.
more. Collision, you gotta step your cookies up for they crumble. You gotta step your cookies up. It was a lot of wrestling on Collision, but Grand Slam takes the win this week. A lot of D's in the chat that I see is a lot of D's. So Dynamite takes the win. Before we get out of here, Miss Funky Punk, do you have an AEW wrestler of the week?
AEW wrestler of the week. I think I'm gonna go with Eddie Kingston, just in general, like in general, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Eddie Kingston because yeah, his upward like growth and where he's going with the championships and his career has been just great to see. Um, and he's so very grateful for the chance that he's getting, it warmed my heart to see him getting to the places where he wants to go. Like, I don't know if you probably saw that article where he was saying that, he still just sees himself as this kid from Yonkers, but um, he's doing some great things. Like, he's uh paying like so much homage to strong style, and showing
Mhm.
people what he can do, uh regardless of how when people want to you know talk stuff about his size or whatever. He's still showing everybody that he's great at what he does, and he's built for this. So um yeah, I'm gonna go with Eddie Kingston. I'm gonna go with Eddie Kingston.
Yeah. Eddie Kingston was my pick too.
Yeah.
AEW Rest of the Week goes to Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston, this was his night. I agree with everything that you said. He deserved this win. We seen him lose in big moments so many times. It built all for this moment right here. It was the right person for him to have the victory over. Um, this was about Eddie Kingston. That's why the name of the
Yeah.
title is the boyhood dreams come true, and he deserved it. It was times that I was just like, oh shit, I know they're not about to have Claudio in. Like it was very, very close call. He kept up with Claudio. I like when they were slapping each other and they actually hit each other and things like that. The
Yeah.
real beef works in wrestling. So shout out to Eddie Kingston. Um, Wonderful night for him. It was a great night for him.
Yeah, yeah, it
Before we
was
get out of
beautiful.
here, make sure y'all tune in to Dynamite. Dynamite card looks amazing. Looks like a great fun card. Of course, they will announce Collision, and then of course we got to get ready for WrestleDream. I can't wait to see finally Brian Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. That's what we've been wanting since last year. It's finally happening. Great. It's gonna be a great week in wrestling. Um, Phenomenal week. I said week. Phenomenal week. Tony Khan did announce that this is gonna be a new direction for AEW. Because he's been putting his foot down ever since he fired Punk. So I'm pretty. We're gonna see what the new direction is. The blogs and the dirt sheets been saying rumors and being hypothetical. People are talking about maybe it is the Max Stream deal and things like that. We'll wait and see. We just have to wait and see. Hopefully Moxley he gets better because that is the
Yeah.
ace of AEW. And I just, hope he gets better. I hate when we want him to get a break and then shit like this happens and that's the way he gets his break. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I really
That's
hate
too
that because we've
sad.
been saying he need a break and then God just be like, okay, y'all didn't say how, but here you go. So, yeah, Moxley get well soon. Just a lot. So we have a lot of wrestling coming up. Um, what else? Make sure y'all tune in. Like I said, next month it is the AEW Awards nominations. Okay, the nomination show is next month. I am so excited to let y'all know who will be nominated this year. Last year it was funny. It was a good time. The only AEW Awards show that matters. This is for the AEW fan culture. Okay, it's for the fan culture, AEW fan base culture. The
Yes,
nominations, and
period.
like I said, yes, Jeff Jarrett is the Keeks Lifetime Achievement Award recipient this year. The Brehu. So yes, that's the recipient of this year. So I can't wait to do the nominations. Of course, the awards is on December. The award show is on December for this year. Y'all know I've been on my P's and Q's and been paying attention. It's just the way to show that women can do the same exact shit as these males, okay? Or better. Okay,
Right,
period.
exactly.
So make sure y'all tune in next month and keep tuning in every Monday on live. We're gonna get it together. I really appreciate the new producer. I appreciate you for doing this show. We gonna get it. We gonna get it together. I was sick anyway. We had fun. Make sure y'all run them likes up and y'all follow Miss Funky Punk NYC on Twitter. Make sure y'all follow her. She's very talented. She's an
Yeah,
artist. She did a Orange Cassidy was it like a comic strip painting
yeah, yeah,
in a sense? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like a
Very,
yeah,
very
like a double page comic strip. Yeah.
Yes, make sure y'all follow her. She's very, very talented, great at what she does. We have to
Thank
support
you.
and
Appreciate that.
also, our black women that's in content. That's what I'm about on this show. We support. Thank y'all for being, patient and also respecting her. Y'all already know we respect people on my show. So thank you guys in the chat for respecting her and letting her voice her opinion. Even if you disagree, y'all kept it cute. You didn't say nothing. That's what I like. That's what we about. We have home
Yeah,
training up in
yeah,
here,
I
all
appreciate
elite
that.
with you. So thank y'all. Um, so as no more, make sure y'all have a good night and we up out of here.
Yes. Thank you, Keeks, for having me. I appreciate you.
No problem.